Hey guys, this is the Colony Devlog 3, and today I'm going to be giving you a preview of our tunneling system. I'll explain a little bit about how it works and what it looks like in its current state. I've also been getting a lot of requests from folks in our forums around doing a beta test, and so near the end of this video I'll be handing out some beta keys for those who are interested, and let's get started. So, if you haven't seen any of our other videos, basically in our game, you play as an ant and you work with others in your ant colony to roam the land and infiltrate enemy bases and pretty much take down other ant colonies. So to accomplish this goal, you can do this in a couple different ways. One option is to travel around on top of the land and fly up and take people out, which is actually pretty fun. The other way I'm going to show you guys today is around doing some burrowing under the ground that will take you into the enemy bases and get in through that way. So each hive that you have is connected through a series of tunnels that players can explore and gain access to new weapons, materials, and other strategic objectives around the map. And so that's pretty much all I want to do at this point. I think I've explained it enough, so let me hop down into the tunnels. Here we go. So here's an example of a tunnel that you might see in game. Now, these tunnels come in all different shapes and sizes. This one just happens to be quite large and cavernous, and they're connected to each other with these large dirt barriers like the one that you see in front of you now. One thing to note, I'm just playing this game by myself in a server. There isn't any other players connected, and while you can come down into these tunnels by yourself, you wouldn't want to. There are different creatures and other dangers that await you down here, and one thing to note is that these barriers are quite difficult to take down by yourself. You want to work together as a team in order to take it down, but just for the sake of this video I made these things quite easy to take down, and so I'll just go up to it and hit it a couple times and we'll move on to the next area. So here's an example of what another tunnel would look like. Now, darkness plays a big role down here, not so much on top of the ground. But in order to get around, you can use a couple different ways in order to light your path. I've just made myself some mushrooms that will help illuminate my way, and then I can go and kind of see what else is awaiting me in this tunnel. This one just happens to be kind of a large chasm connected by two stones. So, if you did see our other video, one way of getting across this chasm might be to put a bridge in place. So I'm just going to make myself a little bit of bridge and connect to the other side here. So this is an example of something you would use in game. And I'll just tie it off here. Looks beautiful. And when I'm out of the other edge, I can see what else goes on here. And you can see it leads to the next section here. So I'm going to pause the game for a bit and touch on something real quick. So when you saw me break down that dirt barrier and move from one end of the tunnel to the other, what appeared to be a single mesh was actually two different tunnel chunks that were combined at runtime. And the reason why this really gets down to the heart of what makes this system kind of fun and cool to work with. So to help illuminate this point, I'm going to bust out the most underestimated tool known to man. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Microsoft Paint. So when I talk about these tunnels, what they are actually a collection of procedurally generated tunnel chunks. And so these tunnel chunks could be actually quite large, they can be narrow, they could have a single entrance and exit, they could actually have split entrances and exits, they can turn left, turn right, they can raise in elevation and actually go down deeper into the ground. And so as it plays out in a game, what you'll have is multiple colonies that are around the level. And as one colony begins to explore and break down chunks or barriers, New chunks will be generated at runtime as they go and explore. So you might have one colony go and build something like that. This other colony will explore and something might look like this. So eventually, the guarantee is that at some point these things will connect. So what's kind of interesting around this is that every time you play the game, it's going to be something different. How these chunks combine is going to completely decide randomly. You're going to have sometimes where what's being generated is going to be pretty favorable. You're going to have all kinds of nice weapons and predators down there. Other times you play, not so much. You're going to have tons of insects and all kinds of creatures to mess with your life. And so, the point is to have something fun and interesting to explore, and a little different every time you play. Anyway, that's probably about it for that. So let's get back to the game. So, I'm in the tunnel system right now. I've actually broken through one of these holes. So there's a couple different ways of getting down into the tunnel system. One way is through your hive. The other one is there's a few of these holes that have been scattered around the level, so you can find them and break through, and it'll just kind of put you into a different section of the tunnel. So, I brought my trusty mushrooms, and I'm just going to see what we got going on down here. Okay, so one thing to notice, everything kind of looks and sounds a little different down here. Like my player, for example, has an emission map on the back of them. You'll find that the creatures have emission maps on them as well. It makes them kind of glow like the eyes of that character out there. So just something to kind of mix it up a little bit. It'll be sort of different than what you're used to seeing up above. So let's take this guy out and move up a little bit. Take down this wall. Alright, I see some eyes out there. Put something down. Okay, I'll just kind of... Alright, so, it looks like this section actually generated some gold. Gold is a crafting material. I won't get into much of that right now, but suffice it to say, this is pretty nice. You can gather this if you want. There's also a creature here that I took out. You can gather him if you want. But since we're just talking about the cave system, I'll knock down this next piece and see what's behind it. All right, here's another thing to note. So I forgot to mention this earlier, but cave pieces could also have different decoration things that have been generated. So this one just happened to generate the web decoration. So it just kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what's in here. So you can see there's some eggs and some webs around. So you got some spiders. So oh shoot! All right. I think I'm a pro gamer. Anyway, that's probably it for those guys. So I'll kind of look inside here. Put some mushrooms around. Can never have too many mushrooms. That's the moral of the story. Okay. Alright, there's one entrance there. Some things here. Oh, looks like there's another entrance up here. So, I think I'll probably just stop the video for now. I mean, there's literally hundreds of different combinations of meshes and creatures that you can come across down here. But, I also want to keep it somewhat of a mystery for those who wish to partake in this. You can kind of see what else, and I'm kind of curious what other combinations people encounter while they're down here in the tunnels. Alright guys, that's about it for my time. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. We are looking for feedback and suggestions, so if you are interested in a beta test, please subscribe to our YouTube or our blog. And the only reason I do that is because it's a good way of keeping track of the emails. So basically I would just take your email and add a number to it, and every devlog video that we would produce from now on is going to have some sort of way of choosing a random number, and that random number will then point us to whatever email address to contact you with the beta key in store. So at this point, I just have these 5 ominous looking blocks up here, these cubes, and each time they touch an object, they'll just choose a number at random, and then following this video, I'll just post those numbers, and I'll just contact the folks who got a beta key, and you should be able to download the game, and we'll see you at our next session. So without further ado, just drop these. It's kind of like the New Year's ball here. All right, see some. All right, we got 6. Oh man, this one's still dropping. 6. Can't really see what this one says. Oh, this one's 29. 6. Oh, this one changed. Okay, 131, 29, 15, 102, and 105. All right, so following this, I'll just send you guys an email. Again, thanks for your time, guys, and I'll catch you guys at the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.